So hello and welcome back to my channel, and we're about to gonna go over a little bit of well, a bad matchup for Ghostblade. So here I got Swiftmaster, right? And as you can see, we're in the Diamond 4 bracket, and trust me, it's been brutal. You know, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but needless to say, we're here to learn. So let's get into it, figure out, you know, what's wrong, what we could do better, you know, things like that.
The seeds attract a new challenger. Round one.
Okay, so you'll notice really quickly that at the very start of this match, I backdash. Why is that? Well, we're trying to avoid Swiftmaster standing medium, okay? That medium crosses so much distance, you do not want to contest it, especially as Ghostblade. Ghostblade has nothing to deal with it. So we're just going to backdash. But in return, if we're fast enough, we can get our own punish, which I tried right there, but I was a little off. Now, this is what I want to say real quick. This little mix-up right here that I'm about to do, this is not safe, okay? This is the epitome of knowledge check. Do not do this unless your opponent doesn't know about it, all right? If your opponent knows about it and they start punishing you, you have to just throw it out there in neutral as kind of like a fireball. That's all you're doing it for, okay? Now, let's move on a little bit more. We're just going to do a basic B&B. Okay, now, what do we do here? Basically, and this is the most important thing as my kind of mentality is as a Ghostblade player, I want to force the opponent to make a bad decision. So what I do is I will do my kind of basic setup as an Oki. Watch. Now here, this is really important. Right here, I can throw, right? But a lot of people know about that. So what I do is I like to check I like to check their ankles, essentially. And I always press a little button, usually, right, like this. Now, not all the times will I do that, but it depends on the opponent. So we always try to figure out what's going on with our opponent. Now here, I kind of know that I wasn't able to get anything from that standing skill. That standing skill was kind of there to just make him back off. Had I done something else, I probably could have gone into my ghost, honestly. That way this doesn't occur. But you also got to remember, I was trying to get that I was trying to get that cancel a little bit longer ago. So it was a misinput, just slightly, but you know, you got to learn how to deal with it. And he drops it. So I'm just backing up for space, but I get caught trying to press a button. And this is why you don't contest Swiftmaster's standing medium. You don't want to contest it at all. So here's the thing. A lot of people, and sometimes myself included, every now and then I will put down the stick, right? You'll just not do anything. This is not a good thing to do. When you're getting hit, that is the perfect time to start thinking about what you can do, all right? You need to start thinking about how this combo is going to end and what are my options. This is the best time to do it. So as soon as I see this, I know the combo is basically over. As soon as I see this move come out, I know the combo is a bit over. Now it's time to start thinking, what am I doing? Okay, he does this. He's about to go in an overhead. That's what I know. And I'm able to roll out of there. Now, I will say this. Don't try this too much because he mistimed it, and I was able to take advantage of that mistiming. Now, it is one of those things where you won't be able to get out of it if he well times it, and you'll see later on that I don't get out of it. So, use it sparingly. It's always a good idea to just counter and guard cancel most moves with it. It's a way to help get yourself back into a neutral presence where you want to be as Ghostblade. And this is all because we were able to guard cancel. Because we were able to guard cancel, we pushed him back far enough to where we're able to kind of just make him do some bad mistake, and we took advantage of that. Now, let's see where this leads us. Now, obviously, I drop a lot of combos, right? So why do I keep going with it? Well, you will never learn how to do them on anyone if you don't practice your combos in mid-match, right? So, you know, sometimes that'll happen. It's just one of those things. You can't be perfect all the time. But just try to be consistent is the best thing to do. So, now what is the game plan here? The game plan here is to make him commit to something. So, I'm backing up here because that standing medium is too good. So, this is a bit of a kill here. So, I'm going to skip on to the next one. Okay, I tried to backdash again, right? But this time I get caught low. He wasn't able to convert it, but still, he puts me in a position where I have to block, right? So that one, I don't know what happened there. I just pressed the button for some reason. This is interesting. He tries to grab me. I roll before the grab comes out, but I'm able to catch the ending part of his grab, so I was able to counter essentially. In a way, it does help if the opponent is approaching to roll towards them. That way they just, you know, something like this happens. And because we're Ghostblade, our normals reach very far. We're going to go into a basic B&B again, and we're going to drop it. Now remember, every single time we have Ghost on our screen, we are trying to force the opponent to make a bad decision. Always. So while I run up, I'm always trying to bait out either a DP, maybe a guard cancel. Those are the two main things I'm trying to bait out. Now, obviously I can bait out a grab, but grabs are a little bit riskier to bait out because yes, Ghostblade can deal with it, right? You can just press a button. But then that starts revolving more towards, well, the opponent can get out of it easier. So now I start to switch up my strategy here. And you'll notice the guard gauge is really low. And this is where I start to force the opponent to think about what they want to do. Again, this is all about making the opponent make bad decisions. Obviously, his decision was a lot better than my decision. But he drops the combo, and that allows us to get back up, and guess what? Now we put ourselves in prime position to break his guard. Again, if you don't practice combos in mid-match, you will not hit them. So it's always a good thing to go for your combo that you've practiced on hours and hours on end, even if you drop them. Just go for it. sometimes they'll pay off. So I thought that I was able to catch him, right? Now, I didn't think that that was going to go, the way it was, but I thought I was able to catch him right there. That's why I pressed the MP button again. Again, we're always thinking about what we can do and what the opponent is going to do. So he's going to do that again. He's going to go up high, so I have to block high. And he misses. So now we're put in a very interesting situation where now we have to think about how do we get him off us. This is where things get a little interesting. Again, I tried to roll, didn't happen. So we caught him advancing, and we were able to go into the ghost. And this one is probably our best bet to make a comeback. Everything about that is to make and force the opponent into a bad situation and force them to do something they don't want happening. Now, honestly, the reason why I didn't bring out the ghost on that one is because I did not think the ghost was able to hit him from that far. Now I go up for a grab. I miss the grab attempt, and then he grabs me in return. So now this is a very, very sticky situation. Now, this is one thing I do have to reiterate real quick. Grabs are not plus. If you make a grab on someone, you are not plus, okay? You're neutral. And this is a very good idea, because now what you want to do is, as the aggressor, if you grab someone, what you want to do is you want to wait for them to do some bad decision, right? Now, obviously, you can force them to do a bad decision by pressing a button. But this is what might happen if you press a button. Swiftmaster here presses a button, and I'm able to roll. Grabs, again, are not free. Well, essentially, they can be free, right? But it's not free in terms of you get something out of it. You're only zero. And here, something interesting happens. I'm able to hit confirm this, and I can lead this into a win. So again, that was all improvised. I didn't mean to do that, but it happened, right? So again, we are backing off because we have to respect that move, right? Now, I didn't get a backdash because the way this reads the inputs is you have to kind of wait for it. Now, I do want to say though, the move beforehand, his weird Ouroboros type of attack where he has surrounding wind, you have to be very careful of how you approach that. I was able to actually hit him, but if they block it, you're gonna take a lot more damage than what I am right now. Okay, so what happened there? He missed his attempt again at the overhead. I'm not too sure if he's doing it on purpose or if he's just mistiming it on purpose. I don't know, maybe he's doing it on purpose. So then he misses a grab, I noticed that he's going to try and grab again. So I tech it, and a lot of times when you tech a grab, again, you're neutral, all right? No one has advantage at all. So if he pressed a light button, he most likely would have caught me, or at the very least, we would have traded, right? Because Ghostblade's moves are very slow. His fastest attack is his light, which is about 8 frames or 10 frames, something like that. It's very slow. Okay, so this one actually is interesting because this is something I didn't know at the time. Is that the Ghost, even though it is a good corner pressure tool, there is a bit of startup which Swiftmaster was able to hit me out of. And that's interesting because this is going to play a big part later on. Now, I know I'm not dead, necessarily. So, remember, as long as you have a little bit of life, you're always in the fight. But then again, a move like that, damn. That's all I gotta say. Again, a little bit of a harken from the earlier game. Don't do it unless someone actually... Well, keep doing it until someone punishes you. Okay? And this is exactly what I was talking about. Always force your opponent into a bad decision. Now, obviously, I'm pissed off at myself at this point in time for getting that move instead of another move. And we actually had the maximum damage we could have had. But because of that dropped input, not so much. But you got to learn to just carry on. Sometimes that's going to happen. You can't beat yourself up in those moments. Not until you get into training mode. Another dropped input right there. But this is what I'm saying. If you have any kind of life, you're always in the fight. So we're backing up because we need to give ourselves some time to build up some mana. And the reason why is because we need the mana to give ourselves a little bit of a better way to approach. So obviously he read my role because I did it earlier, and I'm gonna get really punished hard. I will say I am pressing my grab button, and interestingly enough, I'm either doing it either too early or too late, right? And that's the weird thing about it, is that I'm pretty sure I pressed it here. So that's an interesting interaction. I'm most likely going to lose this interaction because Ghostblade's buttons are slower and I missed my buttons, so this is probably death. And it is. So, on to the next game. Again, we're always going to respect that standing medium from Swiftmaster. There's never going to be a time where I go up against a Swiftmaster where I don't try to backdash at the very beginning. So remember when he tried to, or I should say when he actually was able to catch us that one time. This time, he's not able to do that. A little too early, as you can see. So again, we're backing up because we need that space. But damn, is that such a contester. And I think I win this. No, I don't think so. Okay, such a weird interaction. This is something that happens in live matches. And this is something you can't just train. And this is something that you got to learn from experience. And this is a hard lesson of fighting games, is that you have to keep playing to understand how things are going to happen. Because this is not something I could just replicate in training mode. And this is going to kill.
Round 2. Fight!
And this is why we backdash. This is the prime example why we backdash from Swiftmaster, is to do this. Is to catch him doing a standing medium and being able to punish it. Now, I'm pretty sure he tried to do a standing medium there, try to catch me, but the thing is that that's a true frame trap. So, hey, keep doing it if you're Ghostblade. Now, that is where that mix-up really comes in handy. So, real quickly, I'm going to go back to that. Why did that really work? Well, the biggest reason why that worked is because when I tried to grab him, the grab animation didn't come out, right? I didn't grab him, but the animation, the whiff animation, came out. So in his head, he saw that, and he said, oh, I better grab. But because it was too late, I was able to I was able to counter his grab with my light. And because of that, he was able to get clipped. And that's just a very interesting interaction, which, again, sometimes you don't know what's going to happen unless you play a match. Remember what I said is, hey, he's trying to hit me. You can't do that, Swiftmaster. Now, I'm not too sure why I did that. Probably the heat of the moment type of stuff. So, I don't know. Again, he tried to hit us out of that. Doesn't work like that. I'm not too sure why I'm doing this. I could easily go into another one, but I guess at the time I'm just not thinking straight. So there I grabbed, but he grabs me out of my grab attempt. Again, we're in the same situation as last time. And the truth is that if I was... And this is where I lost the game. Truly, this is where I lost the game. If I jumped up, did medium, and then go into a B&B where I just press the MP button, bring the ghost down onto him, and then press medium again on the way down, I would have won this. Obviously, I spoiled the ending, but that's fine. We're here to learn. So that that whole thing, that whole interaction there was just crazy, right? Well, the thing is that a couple things happened. One, I pressed a button where I should not have pressed a button. The other thing is that he actually did a button which was going to be he knew it was going to be safe, right? But I didn't know that. So, he was able to punish me accordingly. Now, all in all, this is kind of a sign that, you gotta learn from losing, right? And if you look at just how much I've lost already, especially to a lot of these players, right? Now, anytime you see Ghostplay, that's mostly me winning. But as you can see, I'm not winning a lot. But then again, Diamond 4 is one of those tiers where that's where a lot of the killers are. And you either go into the next tier or you still drop. So, hey, it's fine. So, I wanted to close it out on this and say, hey, if you watched, thanks for watching, And honestly, thank you for, keeping up with the channel, honestly. Truly. I really do appreciate it. And there's still a lot more planned I have for this game, but as of right now, I'm going to probably hold off on that for this weekend, mostly because this coming Sunday, I have a very special showcase on Sunday. So that's going to be a big thing for not only me, but for this whole channel in general. So, hey, if you want to see it live on Twitch, I'm pretty sure I'll leave a description or a tag or whatever, a link to my Twitch later on. But I'm not going to be live until this weekend, so I hope to see you then. And hey, have a good day. Peace.